And Happy New Year to everyone throughout the city of Philadelphia and in the region. We are getting ready. This is Uptown String Band. The captain is Ryan Radcliffe. Let's take a look.
Hello, I'm Ryan Radcliffe, captain of the Uptown String Band. Been captain for the past 6 years. I reside in Newtown, Pennsylvania. Went to school in Bensalem, Pennsylvania, Westchester University for college. I'm 43 years old. I'm an artist and an interior designer in the Bucks County area. Happy New Year.
And to you, Ryan, and the theme is the intense, unbearable, and extreme outdoors. This is an outdoor adventure. Uptown setting the scene, as you can see there, with that mountainscape and the tree line. The sun will be rising over the band, and the park ranger is likely to emerge from his station.
This band is marching first, and nobody likes to march first. But interestingly enough, there's only been two bands recently that finished in the top 10 marching first. One of them was Woodland last year, and the other one was this band, Uptown, that finished 9th when they came up first in 2006. So they can handle a first place performance and still get a good prize.
And here we go. We're starting the string band division. The Uptown String Band, Duck Calls and Grand Tetons and Old Faithful. What'd you think, Jake?
Well, there were a lot of things I liked about that theme. One of them is they made a good use of the tenor saxes on Come Around the Mountain. Most of the time, the alto horns take the melody, but on that one, they really showed their tenor saxophones. They did things that are so intricate, like on the position, the written piece of paper they give us about the band when they write the names of their songs. They got to the song Bare Necessities, and they spell it B-E-A-R instead of B-A-R-E, so they don't miss a trick. Jamie Caldwell, by the way, their former captain, who now plays banjo with the band, is going to
The market in Center City, Philadelphia. Happy New Year, everyone. Next up is the Greater Overbrook String Band and Captain Bill Rosano. Let's hear from Wild Bill.
My name is Bill Rosano, captain of the Greater Overbrook String Band. Been a member of the Greater Overbrook String Band since 2009. This is my third year as captain. Graduated Upper Darby High School. I don't want to tell you when. And I'm currently an employee of East Lansdowne Borough. And Happy New Year, everybody.
And Happy New Year to you and to all of Greater Overbrook. Hello, Mrs. McDermott. You know, we want to say hi to Jenna Speck, too, as a choreographer. Here we go. This is Resilient, the theme.
good theme title.
And beautiful.
Cass McDermott's going to like this. Oh, you just said it. Here we go. The Greater Overbrook String Band. Little whimsy, frivolity, and rhythm there out of the American Legion Hall in Manoa. Great job by Wild Bill Rosano and Greater O. Jake?
Well, one of the things I liked about this particular performance, and I saw the music, they wrote some very hard music for the baritone sax. And usually you think of that as an oompa instrument, but not this one. Jerry Mulligan could have played some of that stuff. And incidentally, this band went from 12 saxophones to 30 in 8 months. And where do they come from? They got people to come in here from the Penn State Blue Band, from the Westchester Golden Rams Band, from the Chichester Eagles High School Band, and they built a very fine band in no time at all.
Alicia?
You know, the colors, the feathers, the sounds. I mean, this was a lot of fun, and there's such a cute little girl, probably 1.5 to 2 years old, just dancing away right here in the front, all bundled up for this cold New Year's Day, and that's what it's all about. People get a front row seat. Well, we have the best front row seat here in the booth, and we give it to you on PHL 17. But the folks sitting here are just having an incredible time, and the string bands always impress me.
And they really loved Greater O and Uptown before them, and you look at Greater O right there, just greatly lined up, really looking big and strong. By the way, we have an hourly winner now in the Sugar House contest, and Chrissy Kay from Norristown. Congratulations, Chrissy. Also want to give a shout out this year to 100-year-old Rose Ferry. 100 years old.
Wow.
Rose, congratulations, big Mummer fan. Also a big hello to Ruthie Kramer. Ruthie, very much expect you to be doing a great thing in 2015. So Betty D'Alessio also, hey, hello to you. Another big fan. Just some of the people that are just contacting us or just we know sitting there in the living room and watching it.
Wonderful.
We've got more to come on the 2015 Sugar House. And we're back at the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. I'm Steve Highsmith, along with Judge Jake Hart and Alicia Vitarelli. And we are in the string band division. We're looking at band number 3. And this is going to be Duffy String Band with their captain, Ted Kudrick, and co-captain, Jake.
Hi, I'm Ted Kudrick, captain of Duffy String Band. I've been captain for 30 years. I presently live in Wallingford, Pennsylvania. I went to Jules E. Mastbaum Technical High School. I'm an engineer on tugboats, and Happy New Year.
My name is Jake Kudrick, and I am the co-captain of Duffy String Band.
And that is the big story there, folks. A passing of the baton it's going to be a longer process, but it's underway. Hello to everybody at Nether Providence Elementary. This is Ted Kudrick and Jake Kudrick, Duffy String Band, and the theme title, Log a Rhythm.
Another contestant for our Best Theme Title Award.
Captains for Life. What a great performance. Logarithm by Duffy String Band and Ted Kudrick and his son Jake, co-captains. They call Ted the old man now. His dad, Henry Kunzig, was called the old man, and now Ted's got the mantle. It's his 30th parade. But Jake is taking over. At least if you talk to the family, if you talk to Jake, Jake is taking over. And Teddy couldn't be happier. But I think Ted's going to be around for a while. What do you think, Jake?
Too. Well, first of all, you have to realize, people who don't think women play in string bands, this band is 80% of the musicians in this band are women.
I love this statistic.
And they attempted to play. They actually did play Powerhouse, which is a very difficult tune. I think Frellinger's the only other band even attempted it, and they used a good bass sax intro to get into that tune. By the way, they had a guy in the band named Frank Romolti. He just finished Marine boot camp, and he's on home. They let him home for a brief leave. He's due back in the Marines on Monday. He had no time to do any rehearsals at all, but he got a suit, and he was out there playing.
And our best to Tony Ovecka. The Duffy just loves him and all the work he does. Sharon Crow, congratulations on your baby and everything else. So a lot of good stuff going on with Duffy there. We're going to continue in a moment. If you've been here today or if you intend to come, the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade continues on PHL 17. We're up for Durning String Band now, our fourth band, and Captain Joe Pamonte.
Hello everyone, I'm Joe Pamonte, captain of the Durning String Band. Been captain for 6 years. High school graduate of Roman Catholic, United States Air Force veteran for 6 years. I want to say hello to all my veterans out there. Happy New Year.
And this is Durning with Bootin', Scootin', and Nashville Hootin'. Taking you down the famous street Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee, into the Grand Ole Opry for some good old honky-tonk, boot-kicking country fun.
Cool.
Here we go. crowd-pleasing Durning. And man, do I feel like a woman. Jake.
Yeah, well, the two violinists you saw, Megan Kerr and Jimmy Buck. Jimmy Buck is 89 years old.
I noticed him
and
right
he's
off
still
the
out
top.
there playing the violin. And I asked Joe Piemonte whether he was really playing, and he said, well, sorta. Well, he did move his fingers a little bit, so I'll give him a sorta. By the way, the guy who dressed in drag, his name is Paul Wolf, and I asked him, why did they give you that costume? He said they wanted the biggest guy in the band to dress like a woman, and he took him on. He looked phenomenal.
What's your verdict there, Alicia?
Yeah, I thought that was really fun, really entertaining, and I have to tell you, the 89-year-old man on the violin was the highlight for me. When I saw him out there moving and dancing, I was impressed, and it really shows the tradition.
Being a mummer keeps you in shape.
It sure does.
All right, well, the Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade continues in a moment. Strut your stuff and dig into a delicious. And as the sun still reigns overhead, this is the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade from beautiful Center City, Philadelphia. We're at 15th and Market. South Philadelphia String Band is getting ready. Want to give a congratulations to first-time Marshal Michael Ferry with South Philadelphia. Michael is a fourth grader at St. Mary Magdalene School in Media, Pennsylvania, and he's helping his dad, Mike, hit Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, up the street today or down the street or along the street, depending on where they were staged to get here. Oh, this note, Chris from Twitter asks, how do clubs pick a theme? They pick a theme by having theme committees who then go over several ideas, and that happens early in the year. And then there's a date when all the clubs, and a moment where the clubs electronically submit them, and they sort them out, whichever one gets through first. And then they look at it and say, okay, well, are there duplications or whatever? Whoever gets in first gets the first. So that's how it happens. Now, South Philadelphia String Band coming up is led by Captain Denny Pelandro. Their theme is Gangs of Gotham. Let's hear from the captain.
Hi, I'm Denny Pelandro, captain of the South Philadelphia String Band. This is my 8th year as captain. I've been with the band since 1999. I am the String Band Association Vice President. This is my 41st parade, and I'm from West Catholic High School in Philadelphia. Happy New Year.
Well, South Philadelphia is still getting ready. They're getting closer. You can see that this band is known as being very prop intense in the last number of years, and they are really bringing it today. They have created a real look here of Gotham. It would probably be incorrect to call this a Batman theme. It's more of the villain side
It's
of
the
this
Gangs
thing.
of Gotham.
Yeah. So,
You might not even see Batman.
well, I think you will at one point.
Well, we'll
Maybe
see.
he'll come in and save the day.
But
Let's
we'll see. So imagine that there's going to be a little bit of chaos here, but what's happening is, and imagine where the judges are right now and where a lot of the crowd is, they don't have the high vantage point of our camera right there. So they're seeing the front that says Gotham Gazette, and they don't see the band behind it. And in string band performances, one of the important things are the reveals, and some bands have several reveals. They may reveal a banjo solo or another solo, or the captain will come out in a certain way, or just how the pit band or other parts of the band come out. How would you describe the pit band, Jake?
How would I describe them? Originally they were considered like the strongest saxophone players, and the first band that ever did it was Frailinger, many 20-some years ago. They brought out a collection of musicians in the middle, and they got called the pit band, and every band now has one.
Well, it looks like they're just about ready.
And it looks like there's going to be quite a number of reveals here because they have many layers to this.
This band always has a lot of reveals.
Fancy.
And as Steve said, they're the prop champions of the world.
It's tough to know exactly when they're ready, but I think they're about to get the signal for that. This is one that you obviously don't want any one member out of place. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. South Philadelphia String Band and Gangs of Gotham. absolutely amazing.
There's Batman.
Oh, and the balloons.
Cool.
Jack Nicholson ain't got nothing on this Denny Pelandro.
I like the way the Batmobile turns into the Joker. And one of the things that the music in this band is so good, and one of the best things they did was how they opened their theme. They opened it with a single note, but the dynamic of that note set the theme for the whole show. And I also like the way that they played I've Got My Love to Keep Me Warm. They played it to Night on Bald Mountain. So they stuck those two songs together and made one song out of it.
A mashup.
And I love the way they stay in character, though. Even Denny, as he's leaving now in his walk-off, is being escorted off by one of his sidekicks.
You know, I was really, that was very intricate.
It was fascinating. It was excellently done. And this is going to be an important point. It's at this point in the parade that the judges of the string band division take a break. They pause and go back over the first 5 that they've looked and how they've scored them, and they can reset their numbers if they want to, because they know they have a bunch of bands coming and they don't want to artificially put these so low. I think it's very important that they saw such excellent performances and be able to figure out how to process that as they go forward. South Philadelphia, just an amazing thing. Look at that right there. Just the movement that goes on, how they mix the different costuming, the production value, their use of confetti, their use of sound, Jake.
All the sounds and all the noises from Batman,
trash
Ram,
can,
Owl,
yeah.
you know.
The costumes were really on point. I mean, everything was just really, it was
the
fun
penguins
to
looked
watch.
like the Penguins did, and the Riddlers, they had them all.
Yeah,
the
they had them all.
Catwoman was
The
terrific.
gangs of Gotham, they were here, all of them.
It
But
makes
you were right, that
makes you want to
Joker-
go to the dark side just for a little while, but that's fine.
But Batman showed up at the end.
Oh, that's
you know,
true.
as
Then it's okay.
it was safe to say.
All right. Well, we've got more to come on the 2015 Sugar House. If your New Year's resolution is to travel more, well, you're in luck. Riu Hotels and Resorts in Cancun, Riviera Maya, and Punta Cana are waiting for you. Log on to applevacations.com. Welcome back to the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. Aqua String Band getting ready. Captain Ken Baminsky, a police officer for 21 years. Let's take a look at the captain.
Hi, my name is Ken Baminsky. I'm the captain of the Aqua String Band. I've been a member of the band for 36 years. This is my first year as captain of the band, and I'm extremely honored to be the captain of the band. I have my 2 boys in the band, Andrew and Ed, and my wife Marie is the choreographer of the band. Happy New Year.
And to you, Ken, and your family, and congratulations to first year Michael Pizecca marching with Aqua. This is Aqua String Band and When Swing Was King. I guess we're going to hear a little bit of a When Swing Was King, or To Take the A Train.
Yeah, we're going to hear all the really good songs from the swing area. Jumping at the Woodside, Moonlight Serenade, In the Mood. And you're going to hear some very, very interesting drumming. If you think about a big swing band, the drummer drove the band, and they opened with Sing, 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 and everyone remembers Gene Krupa's opening. Well, Mike Riddle is the drummer in this band, and he had never been a jazz drummer in his life until this year. He was a band drummer only. He took drum lessons and learned to play what we call the big drum kit. That is, if you watch a jazz drummer, there's a bass drum, there's a snare drum, there's a tom-tom, there are 4 or 5 cymbals, and you have to play them all at once. And Mike learned to do that and did it really well, and you'll hear it in a minute.
And here we go. Awesome Aqua.
Yeah, they were.
That is just amazing. That music is beautiful, and it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
They had all the arrangements exactly right. They played Moonlight Serenade for 45 seconds because that's what you have to do on a ballad like that. They just were wonderful.
I like the way the captain conducted the band, actually conducted the band.
He did.
That's what a captain's supposed to do, is introduce parts of the band. He actually was involved with that. The drum set back there.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it fits the theme.
Everything fit the theme, and they did something very difficult. At one point, they were playing two songs at once. That the altos were playing Take the A Train, while the tenors were playing Chattanooga Choo Choo. And if you ever try to do that, to keep your mind straight and remember what you're playing and what someone else is playing, that you can go nuts doing that, and they carried it off perfectly.
Well, I know Ken was very nervous about being captain. Obviously, filling Ron Iannacone's shoes are pretty big, but he obviously acquitted himself very, very well. You could tell, big smile on his face. He said to me, Steve, he said, it's a 4.5-minute routine. He said, when you're finished, he said, you think it went by in 30 seconds.
Oh, I always felt that way. I couldn't believe how fast it went. And they're going to be in Bridesburg after the parade.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because Ken wanted me to say a message to everyone in Bridesburg. Check Aqua's Facebook page. They're going to post when they're actually boarding the bus to head back to Richmond and Orthodox. They can't wait to party with you. So we'll be right back from 16th, or rather 15th in JFK. I'm looking down at 16th where the other band is coming from. And Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome back to the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. I'm Steve Highsmith, along with Judge Jake Hart. Folks, we are now fixing to have some fun. This is Greater Kensington String Band and Captain Harry Bradley. Let's meet him.
Harry J. Bradley, second-year captain of the Greater Kensington String Band. Favorite mum tunes: Alabama Jubilee, Gold Slippers, Yakety Sax. Favorite captains: Bob Shannon Jr., Scott Moyer. High school, Archbishop Ryan, for boys. Happy New Year, everybody.
Harry Bradley. Moonshine Mountain is the theme title. Moonshine Mountain. This is Greater Kensington String Band. I want to give a shout out to Dennis, Pat, Walt, and Jim. Mountain-sized men in this. Little fiddle music here. Minnie Pearl playing the wash tub, I think. Jimmy Hayes, I think, is Minnie Pearl. There's Timmy, Ryan, Nikki, Chima, Joey, George, Alex. There's another George in there. And then wait till we see the end. See what happens at the end here, folks. By the way, we got a request about what the yellow box was in there. That's known as the captain's box, but Jake, really quickly, that doesn't really mean much anymore.
It means very little. It used to be the captain had to perform at some point in that box. Now it's just a symbol.
Kind of mixing tunes in here. Little Devil Went Down to the Georgia, and Looking Out My Back Door, and here we go with Greater K. Texas tea for you and me. There's room for happiness on Moonshine Mountain, Jake.
What they, we say in the law that the first thing a jury hears and the last thing a jury hears are the most important. And I like what these guys did in that sense. They opened with a very nice 3-note opening that get you hooked into the theme right away, and they finished with Orange Blossom Special,
and
which
visually,
is the hardest tune that they played.
Right, and it plays into what you said. Visually, they did the same thing.
Yeah.
The oil derrick going off and having the oil come up and all the black gold. They had the black and the gold in there. And that worked very well. Greater Kensington definitely on the comeback.
They are. They really are. For a couple years, they didn't have sectional rehearsals. For those of you who don't know, most of the string bands break up their bands. All the altos rehearse together, all the tenors rehearse together, all the banjos, and they call them sectionals, where they work on their own particular part. This band went for a couple years without them, but they brought them back this year, and you can hear the difference.
Jeff, Steve, Matt, everybody, great job. Harry Bradley, wonderful job. Greater Kensington String Band, Moonshine Mountain. Well, we're going to be getting ready for our 8th of our 16 bands. We're almost halfway through, and that 8th is a powerhouse. It is Fralinger String Band, ladies and gentlemen, with Captain Scott Ray. So when we return, we'll tell you what to expect from Fralinger. As the 2015 Sugar House Casino 1919 and 1934, one because so many mummers were soldiers in World War I that even at the end of the war they wouldn't have enough back in time for the parade. That was one of the reasons. And in 34 it was financial reasons, but people still paraded in the neighborhoods. We have coming up the Fralinger String Band with Captain Scott Ray. Let's meet him.
Scott Ray, Fralinger String Band, second-year captain, journeyman electrician for Local 98. Happy New Year.
Get ready for an explosion of visual effect and obviously the famous Fralinger sound. Jake, this is a robot theme, but that's really cheapening it, just to call it that.
It's much more than a robot theme. It's actually a factory run by robots building robots. It's double robots.
There's a 12-foot robot mask I think we're going to see in this thing, and if there are key words, one of them is mass production. The title of this is The Machine. Here's Fralinger String Band. minutes away to celebrate 100 years. Second and Siegel coming to life, electrifying Fralinger.
They said they were going to make the music the backgrounds of the show. I'm not sure I agree with that. The music is so good that it almost can't be anything but the dominance of the show. By the way, the two banjo players who were rolling around and playing upside down, strapped to a wheel, Mike Young and Mike Drazel, I don't know how you could possibly do that. Play the banjo while you're spinning around upside down.
The 10-foot Bumblebee character, Mike Paul. The transformational, it's a Transformers theme too mixed in all of this. And when they powered down and then powered up and all the suits lit up.
Yeah, right. All the suits lit up when they ran out of power, and then they powered up again. By the way, their 50-year membership in Fralinger this year. Bill Bowen, who was the winningest captain in string band history, and Mike Rare, who spent 50 years in Fralinger with 11 first prizes in presentation. Both of them are members of the String Band Hall of Fame.
And Bill Bowen Jr. and Mike Rare and Herbie Smith and so many others had a dinner back on roughly the 18th, I think, and they celebrated that's the day of the 100 years that Fralinger's been in existence. And they reminisced about what's happening. They had shaken the hands of the people who had shaken the hands of the original people. And they all basically talked about what that band has done since 1974 when they purchased the band from Dr. Fralinger's son. It's an amazing story, the success of Fralinger. Obviously one of the winningest, the top three bands.
8 years in a row they won.
And the winningest in the 21st century, and 9 wins in this century since 2003. So it's just an amazing story of Fralinger. A beautiful job also by Scott Ray. His sister Kelly, by the way, is in Satin Slipper. And Satin Slipper is one of the fancy brigades that's going to be tonight at the Pennsylvania Convention Center. We've got more to come here, ladies and gentlemen. That is going to be hard to top, but you know what? There are some bands who think they can do it. In South Philadelphia, you may think already has done it, so we'll see. More to come on the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. Next up, another strong band, Polish. This is the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. I'm Steve Highsmith along with Jake Hart, and the Nottingham Fire Company just checks in and says they loved Uptown, our first band up the street. We're at band number 9 now, the Polish-American String Band. The captain is Nick Magenta. Let's meet him.
My name's Nick Magenta. I'm the third-year captain of Polish-American String Band. I live in the Port Richmond section of Philadelphia. I graduated Roman Catholic High School. I'm an IT tech for Temple University Physicians. Happy New Year.
Thank you, Nick. Happy New Year to you. Now, the theme title of this one, this one, every time I say this to anybody, they just break out laughing.
You can't not.
This is Polish-American String Band, and the theme title is, Jake?
50 Shades of Hay.
50 Shades of Hay. So we can't wait to see what we're going to see, folks. But so we wonder what is really behind that cornfield. We have a couple of bass players we want to pay attention to. Brian Grabsky, Mark. Who's on bells there? Brian Reed?
I don't know who's on bells.
I think Brian. And they've got a 1940s, a real John Deere tractor there. Now, it can't be motorized. You can't fire it up. They have to, if they're going to move it, they're going to have to move it on their own in some way. But that's how we're starting out there. A typical day, if you will, on the farm for our group of farmers, or so they thought. Little did they know that they would be spending their day chasing crows, corralling banjo and accordion playing cows and pigs, and trying to answer the age-old question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? And the answer is in 50 Shades of Hay. Now, they have 3 first-timers going up the street during the chicken coop part of the drill. 8-year-old Jake from Gloucester City, Danny, 9 years old from Ridley Park, and Nikki, 5 years old from Westbrook Park. Polish-American hails from the Port Richmond section of the city of Philadelphia, and afterwards they head back up to Port Richmond and they serenade around the streets for them. An issue, and we've had some gusts come by from time to time, and these props are so large now that you have to be careful, and they can take on a life of their own.
But they only have to take on a life of their own just now. After the judging, they go away.
It is interesting to see what the wind's effect is, though, sometimes, especially with confetti, to see how it floats around and do all that. But let's tell you, this is Polish-American String Band, if you're just joining us, and 50 Shades of Hay. Timmy Magenta, Nick's brother, painted all the back pieces. Timmy went to Millersville University. Good job there, Timmy, looking at those looking at everything that you've done. I mean, those props or back pieces, everything looks marvelous. Again, watch for the dancing chickens and eggs in the chicken coop.
And the music is difficult. I was given a copy of the music by their music director, and I have them looking at it right now. I'm thinking, I'm glad I don't have to play that.
Most people tell me when they, after listening to a string band, particularly if they see them live and in person, they feel better. I think it's always interesting when above that bar, when a band, when they're finished, you say, wow, I really feel good after seeing that. And there's several bands that are doing that today.
Yeah, sure are.
You feel the energy from them. It's great to see some of the kids that are sitting in the stands here. And the stands, by the way, are packed. I cannot see an open seat anywhere down 15th Street.
I'm not going to say anything.
Hey, I want to say hello to Tammy, Nicole, and Zoe. Happy New Year to you all. And to that guy you know named Bob.
for the crop duster.
Well, dust my crops.
Dust my crop is right.
That is a string band.
Oh man, that was wonderful. I never saw that ending in a farm theme. And this was very up-tempo for them, much more than they've been in many years. And they wanted to make it that way. Last year, they had a very serious winter theme. This year is really up-tempo. The other nice thing I saw was the reveals of the pigs and the cows. South Philly has done that well for years, to reveal banjo players or somebody dressed strangely. And when they came out, and out came these cows and pigs, it was just an excellent reveal, and it focused you right on those instruments.
Marvelous. Banjo
the pigs
playing,
even have curly tails.
Yeah. Banjo playing cows and accordion playing pigs.
Yeah.
And the suits on the farmers are amazing.
Yeah.
Just brilliant and really caught in the lights that are from television here. And as you said, I think the key is that it's uplifting. It is a very, very energetic and fun performance, and you could tell everybody liked it. I think that's the thing when I mentioned this, no, that's a string band.
Yeah.
You feel good when you see it.
Yeah,
You're not just bowled over, you feel good.
And the little chickens running around with the guy with half an egg and half a chicken. So which comes first, the chicken or the egg?
Now, I don't know if we still have an answer, but...
No, there's no answer. I mean, one guy was half a chicken, half an egg.
Well, a blooming good performance, if you will, from the Polish-American String Band, Captain Nick Magenta, and a great title, 50 Shades of Hay. Now, coming up, we'll have the Broomall String Band, and after them, several more. We're just a little over halfway in the String Band division. This is the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade on PHL 17. Happy New Year. And we're back on the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. We're here at City Hall at Dilworth Park, across from the clothespin. We're getting ready for the Broomall String Band. And the Broomall String Band is led by Captain Peter Broomall Sr. Let's meet him.
Hi, I'm Pete Broomall, the captain of the Peter A. Broomall String Band. I'm celebrating my 59th year as a mummer, and I'm also the pastor of the Malaga and Porchtown United Methodist Churches. Happy New Year.
And Happy New Year to you, Pete. And the theme is Alice in Wonderland. We're all mad here, Jake.
Yeah, right. Alice in Wonderland themes have been done only 3 times before. My old band Avalon did it in 2012 in Palmyra in 1983. You would think this theme would be done more often, but it hasn't. And we're going to see how Broomall pulls it off. It's a wonderful theme. I mean, it's just the idea of all the costumes you can have and the characters you can have.
Avalon did a similar theme a few years ago, didn't they?
Yes, they did. They did in 2012.
A note, Pete is being inducted into the Philadelphia String Band Association Hall of Fame in March. Congratulations. So the Peter A. Broomall String Band with Peter J. Broomall Sr. as captain. Here we go.
And we had a request on... Oh, ready. Sorry.
The Peter A. Broomall String Band in its 85th year as a Marching Mummers organization, marching for Marion Maz Galante. And also a thanks to, special mention to Joan and to Colleen. And Colleen's daughter was Alice, Mara McKenna.
That's right. Now, this is a small band. They only have 20 saxophone players, but they got the most they could out of them by keeping them very close together. And that's what you have to do when you have a small band. We had a request. Somebody wanted to know how the bands get scored. Well, you can get 100 points, and there's five categories. Each one can carry 20. One of them is music playing. One of them is music effect, which is sort of the arrangement. One is production, which is the movement, the dancing. One is visual effect, which is the overall appearance of the band. And the last one, of course, is costume, or as mummers call them, suits. And every one of those carries a 20-point maximum.
And our thanks also to Kelly Marie Elizabeth Mann, who was playing tenor banjo. She's a native of this area, of course, but she's a legendary mummer and former captain of Irish American String Band. About 11 former IASP members are in Broomall. Now we have last year's official winners coming up to see if they can repeat. Quaker City String Band. Stay tuned, everybody. This is the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade on PHL 17, live from Center City, Philadelphia. And the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade continues. We're at band number 11 on this beautiful January 1st day, and it is the Quaker City String Band who took first prize in the official judging last year. Their captain is Jimmy Good. Let's meet him.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Good, second-year captain of Quaker City String Band. I live with my wife Jenny in Haddon Township, New Jersey. I'm an alumnus of St. Joe's Prep, as well as Cabrini College and St. Joe's University. And I work at Boeing in Ridley Park. Happy New Year.
Love that Cabrini grad. Hey, listen, I just got a note from David Conway in Kiltimagh County, Mayo in Ireland. He says, please, on behalf of the Conroy family, or I believe it's Conroy family, say thank you. It might be Conway, or Conway and Conroy. And Johnny and others out there in Ireland. Quaker City knows them well, has been traveling out there for many, many years now. They're watching on the stream. Here we go. Quaker City. One man's trash is this band's treasure.
with a great tongue.
A crushing performance. I tell you, standing tall on the street and in that mirror, Captain Jimmy Good.
Yeah, that band, you know, they used a lot of their props. They're renovating their club. So a lot of their props were made out of junk that they took out of their club. Talk about preserving the environment.
75 to 80% of some of what they did here came out of the club that they've recycled. In fact, you can go on their website and you can help donate to the club if you like, to be able to, fulfill the dream of being a part of Quaker City and to celebrate what these folks contribute. They are goodwill ambassadors in this city, from Texas all the way to Ireland.
And their music, as usual, is wonderful. One of the things I really liked is how they went from a fast tempo tune when they did Brother Can You Spare a Dime right away into a slow tempo Somewhere from West Side Story. And the way they got that fast to slow so fast. And when I was out watching them, I actually watched Chris Farr, who's their music arranger, redo some of their music live on the fly because he wanted to integrate the music more with the movement, and they got them to change the music right there in front of me and just changed it, and they could play it instantly. That's what good musicians can do.
That mirror effect was amazing. I've never seen that in Mummery before. Always something big from Quaker City String Band. 14 segments in that. That is huge. I mean, you divide 4.5 minutes by 14 and you see how it moves.
So much going on. And they crushed the band with the band crusher.
Well, I just do want to do also a thank you to the Quaker City Color Guard that came up along the way. That's Tom Wochner and Johnny Eels and Paul McKelvey and Jack Marin, all U.S. Army veterans. They're always there with Quaker City's Color Guard. The Sugar House contest winners of the last couple of hours: Gregory C. from Bridgeport, Pennsylvania. Congratulations, Gregory. And Daniel D. from Sicklerville, New Jersey. Congratulations, Daniel. The Sugar Express is rolling into your neighborhood and making stops throughout Philadelphia. Find the stop nearest you, hop on, and ride free all the way to Sugar House Casino. And the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade will continue in just a moment. We are going to band number 12 out of the 16, and that will be the Woodland String Band. Stay tuned, everybody. Eagle Flies with Woodland String Band and Captain Tom Shaggy Robeson. Jake.
Well, one thing I never heard before, they were completely silent for 8 counts. Nothing, and nothing to tell them when to play. And they had to do those counts in their head. That is the first I've ever heard that done. And I don't comment a lot on costumes, but the colors of that band together were absolutely magnificent. By the way, the marimba player, terrific. Marimba player, Travis Gifredo, his name is.
The title of this was One Heart, One Spirit, which also happens to be Woodland's motto. You might say that Woodland's modern success may have begun 20 years ago on this state in 1995. The modern era success, seeds planted with that Jungletown theme.
That's right.
They did.
They did it. It was one of their highest finishes. And when they won 3 years ago, it was the first time they'd ever won.
All right. And let's check in on our captain and hear about Tom Robeson.
My name is Tom Robeson, captain of Woodland String Band. 10th year entering as the band's captain, 28 years in Mummery, born and raised in South Philadelphia, went to Newman High School, and I'm also a piano and organ tuner. Happy New Year, everybody.
And you are also one of the most athletic and talented captains out there. 10 years, I believe. 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade is on the street. Pensport String Band, band number 13 to 16 is here. Captain is Charlie Nicholas. Let's take a look.
My name is Charlie Nicholas from South Philadelphia with the Pensport String Band. Always excited to be in the parade at the Bishop Newman High School. Work for the United States Army Corps of Engineers. Happy New Year's, Philadelphia.
And to you, Charlie. All right, we've got some scrappy pirates as they're returning to port from their sea adventure with all of the things that they have brought back with them. And so when they are ready, we will go to Pensport String Band and Captain Charlie Nicholas and their theme title, The Pirates of Pensport. never smile at a crocodile, unless it's a Pensport crocodile, of course. Makes you want to be a pirate, Jake.
This is a very unique band, you know. This is their 7th year together, and they're a band that only does anything from like September to December. So if you want to be a mummer but don't want to do it all year long, you can join Pensport, and they want people to try to join. They get new people every year, and they have a lot of old mummers from very good musicians from other bands who don't want to make it a full-time hobby.
All right, we've got Avalon String Band, followed by Hegeman String Band, and then Furco String Band to round out the string band division. The 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade is about to continue on PHL 17 as we get into what could... And the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade rolls on hard by City Hall here on the west side, Dilworth Park. And there, Billy Penn is looking down on Broad Street. And there's the Rothman Ice Rink here at Dilworth Park. Lots of great things going on in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. And here at 15th and Market is where the judging is happening. And we've got 3 string bands left. I'm Steve Highsmith along with Jake Hart. And Avalon String Band is steadily moving into position. And their captain is Jack Key. Let's meet Jack.
Hi, I'm Jack Key of the Avalon String Band. Been captain of the band for 9 years. Currently live in Northeast Philadelphia. I went to Paula VI High School in Haddon Township, New Jersey. And from my family to yours, Happy New Year.
And to you, Jack, and to your family. The title of this is The Sky's the Limit, Episode 2, Revenge of the Fallen. Now, Jake, were you in Episode 1?
I certainly was.
1985.
1985, and there were 6 people in the band today who were in it with me in 1985. Bill Rainier, Joe Giusillo, Mike Vitanza, Jim Kimry, Lex Rogers, and Kevin O'Brien are 6 people who have done this one twice. But this is nothing like the one we did in 1985. The same title, though.
Well, Sean Grazier designed the costumes here, Al Del Bono, the costumer, and not one human in the whole bunch, right? Nope. This is an alien theme, and all the folks are aliens. So we're embarking on a journey through outer space, and obviously galaxies far, far away. So there are some UFOs. We're told there's going to be an asteroid shower, lightsaber battles, and visits from a few giant space creatures along the way, including one very large one. Now, the music selections are kind of interesting. They go everything from DuckTales Moon to What a Little Moonlight Can Do, the Jetsons theme, to Beyond the Blue Horizon, to Star Trek, the Into Darkness theme.
And they got some jazz tunes in here. It's a very interesting collection of music for a space theme.
After Avalon String Band, we're going to have Hegeman String Band with Captain John Barron. Hegeman's theme is going to be a supernatural theme, but not a zombie theme or a haunted theme. This band's going to be a little different, as can be expected from them in recent years. And Sky's the Limit, Episode 2, Revenge of the Fallen. It took them 30 years to create Episode 2, but they've done it. And here they are. So we see some fascinating back pieces are hiding behind those props there.
It's the Good versus Evil Outer Space Saga between the native Avalonians and the evil Lord Lee. Captain Hayden's Army of Aliens.
and merriment of the Milky Way, the Avalon String Band and Captain Jack Hee.
Well, this year, Jim Crompton, music director, if you remember last year, his wife went into labor during the parade, and he couldn't perform in front of the judges. He had to leave in the middle of the parade. But this year, he certainly did perform, and there were 4 sax players playing as a quartet doing the Cantina Band from Star Wars. Jim Crompton, Jerry Crompton Jr., Joe Urzillo, and Doug Brown. And that takes a chance. When you go out in front of the judges and fundamentally solo, you really, you're saying you better listen to us, and if you screw it up, you'll hear it. But they didn't. They did a good job.
And one note about the baby did not end up being born on New Year's Day, but in the early morning hours of January 2nd.
That's right, he told me. Didn't even have a New Year's baby.
That's right. All right, our coverage will continue. The Hegeman String Band is moving into position, ladies and gentlemen. More to come on the 2015 Sugar House. She donated 62% of her liver to her father, Richard, and both are doing very, very well. But, mummers are people. It's a folk parade, and lots of people go through things in life, and mummers are no different, and all those stories are in there. A beautiful view as the sun begins to set here in Center City, Philadelphia. I'm Steve Highsmith. We are about to see Hegeman String Band and Captain John Barron. Let's meet the captain.
My name's John Barron. I'm the head men's basketball coach at Gwinnett Mercy University. But more importantly, I am the captain of the 10-time champion of the Philadelphia Mummers Day Parade, the Hegeman String Band. Happy New Year.
And he is the first prize-winning captain from 2014, and his band finished second in the official judging as a band, and first they finished in the unofficial judging, which is the PHL 17 Sugar House Casino Viewers' Choice Poll. So a lot of expectations for this band, which in many recent years has been declared one of the most innovative on the street. And Jake, we're already seeing a new example of innovation unfold right in front of us. But look what's happening right now.
Yes.
They're building up.
They built a stage because it's not a tarp, so they can put pictures on it.
And it came in pieces, so they put them all together very quickly.
This is the band, if you remember, 2 years ago they did the Beatles, and they went from black and white to color. And then last year they had that giant television. It was playing behind them as they did the 1950s theme, Hegeman's Household Havoc. Incredibly creative band.
And they love disguising things in the front. So here we go. The Immortal Utopia theme from Hegeman. super performance from Hegeman String Band. Nothing like that on the street today, Jake.
No, there certainly isn't. I'm still not sure what it was, but it was beautiful and musically wonderfully done. The multiple bell players at the beginning, Adam and Jay Dorfman carrying the band with bells, and the costumes. I mean, John Barron said to me, he described the costume as "What is it?" And he described his own costume as part Maleficent and part Marilyn Manson. But somehow or other, it looked beautiful. And the way they used the lighting effect this year, they didn't have a television, but the lighting effect was just spectacular.
The 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade continues from Center City, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, United States of America. Next up, the final band in this parade, and that is the Joseph A. Furco String Band with Captain Anthony Salenza. Let's meet Anthony.
Hi, I'm Anthony Salenza. I'm the captain of the Joseph A. Furco String Band. I've been captain since 2009 and a member for over 40 years. A graduate of South Philadelphia High School. I'd like to wish everyone a very happy and healthy new year.
And to you too, Anthony, and congratulations to your son, Nicholas, who just graduated from Parris Island, South Carolina. He's no longer a recruit. He is a U.S. Marine, so thank you to Nicholas for serving. Anthony Salenza, the Joseph A. Furco String Band. Their theme is India, so prepare for a soundtrack of India and a visual display that will really lift your spirits, I think. And one of the instruments they use, Jake, is an Indian instrument called the sap. It's from the Punjab region. It's a percussion instrument.
Yes. They could use, Indian music is based on a whole different set of scales as American music. So, if they could have used the sitar or some of those instruments, but you really can't play regular music on those instruments because their musical system is different. But they managed nonetheless to come up with a lot of really nice tunes, and I think, and you're going to see an opening of one person playing a solo soprano sax. You really have to have a lot of courage to get out there and play completely by yourself. But this will be Fred Lahm III, who used to be in Avalon when he was a little kid. He's not a little kid anymore, and we'll see him perform on the soprano sax.
We'll be hearing the Bacchanal, Caravan, Snake Charmer's Song, Hindustan, a percussive interlude, and a little bit more. They're just about ready. Anthony Salenza is a captain who likes to do what captains traditionally have done, which is to introduce different aspects of the performance.
And he does it very well. I mean, that's one of the reasons he got second place captain last year.
Mm-hmm. So this is the Joseph A. Furco String Band. Their theme title is India, and Captain Anthony Salenza. mighty and exciting Joseph A. Furco String Band and Captain Anthony Salenza with their theme, India.
Boy, you could just feel the power out of this band. And the fact that they played Hindustan slowly, and then they're walking off playing it at normal speed. They're a wonderful band, and musically, it's very hard to beat them.
Well, we're going to have a breakdown of this and talk about some things coming up and how the results are going to go in just a moment as we continue our coverage here of the 2015 Sugar House Casino Mummers Parade. We're in Center City, Philadelphia, wrapping up the outdoor portion of the parade, but it's not over yet. Details coming up, including the Custard's Last Stand winner. Stay tuned, everybody. On that note, we started out this day with Golden Sunrise in the fancy division. Golden Sunrise has their badge here. We said so long to some people, many people that left us in 2014. Great mummers like Pop Bryson of Bryson New Year's Brigade and Buster Rogers. Buster Rogers loved across many divisions as well. And there are many more. And we saluted veterans today. It's very important to remember that so many of our citizens serve, and many of them are mummers, and we're grateful for that. We said thank you to Palma and to John Lucas, who've been so valuable not only to the fancy division, but also to the Mummers Museum and to all of mummery and recording history and trying to put on the best face and beautiful costumes to please kids and adults, kids of all ages from 1 to 101. And we actually celebrated Rose today, who was 100 today, so that was really pretty cool. Now, we have a special moment that we want to do. Every year we give out the Custard's Last Stand Award, and it's called Custard's. Why? Because it was the best theme title in history. When Durning did it in 1989, it was Cowboys and Soft Ice Cream, so they called it Custard's Last Stand, and the trophy that we give out is based on that, and the captain actually is, we replicated the captain on the top of the trophy. It was an ice cream cone with a cowboy hat and an arrow through it. So it has to be a clever theme title, but also one that fits the theme. That's right. And this is one of the first years in history that Steve and I agree on the winner. We usually don't. But the four finalists... Which means I don't win. But that's right. You don't, because I get the final vote. He's the judge. The finalists are Overbrook for Braziliant, Duffy for Logarithm, Pensport for the Pirates of Pensport, based on the Pirates of Penzance, right, and Polish American for 50 Shades of Hay. And everyone up the street predicted one band, and to your surprise, that band is not the winner. The winner this year of the Custer's Last Stand is the Duffy String Band and their title, Logarithm. Logarithm. It was a logging theme, and it involved rhythm, and it fit the theme very well. And it's the first win for them ever on this prize. So they get to hold this trophy in their club for a year, like the Stanley Cup, and we'll get their name engraved on it and present it at the String Band Banquet. Now, I want to give you a little programming note here. We just went through the 16 bands of the string bands, and